The question
It's Kellie's magic bag.
how many things of lip stuff do you think I have? Make a guess.
4.
So I have 5 things, but I do have business cards, and I have Purell wipes, and I have a nail file, and a couple of pennies, and some tampons,
We certainly hope you've enjoyed what's in
pen.
Kellie's bag today.
hair tie, this tool that I don't know what it's called, and a Logix business card. Hello, and welcome to Hardly Working, the show about life, love, and labor, hosted by the couple that works, plays, and stays together. I'm Kellie Rose.
And you might as well call me Noah instead of SP because I'm building an ark. It's the only way to stay out of the water.
What a reference.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you think that we live in Florida where all the houses are flooding due to a hurricane? Because
really
we
sad.
don't. We don't, but we might as well live in Florida because for the second time this year, friends, we had our home flood. That's right. We are quitting everything. I'm quitting life. I'm quitting the podcast. I'm quitting. I'm gonna move to somewhere dry, like a desert. This is a desert. I have no place left to go.
What?
Our house flooded.
It did
That's
flood.
what I'm saying.
Had 2 inches of water throughout almost the entirety of the house, sans our room and Brooklyn's room. Thank goodness.
No, if you're just joining us, you may not know. What were you going to say?
Go ahead. I'll say it.
You
after.
might not know this, that every year during Hardly Holidays, we do our top knots, our top 10 moments from the year, and our bottom moments
Yeah,
are
that's
not.
true.
Our bottom 10 moments, not in order. I cannot believe that house flood is going to have 2 whole positions on the not list because
That's right.
it happened freaking twice, people.
Twice. The first time was,
Twice.
at least we're not out of our house for a couple of months this time.
That's true. Quick story. If you weren't with us back in April when this happened, Kellie was on her own. We'd just gotten in a car accident. I was on the road for 10 days with a black eye on stage. Kellie gets home from a gig on a Saturday night and the whole house is flooded.
With rainwater.
Short of the story is the tree trimmers dropped a branch on the roof and then it rained for 2 days straight and all that rainwater, disgusting, gross rainwater mixed with roofing.
Came right
mixed
into
with
our house.
All in our house. It was terrible. We had to move out for months. We're finally back in.
We've redone the whole house because you had to redo the ceilings, we redid the floors because the carpets were soaked and the tile was ugly.
All of it. The tile was always ugly. But
I
now
know.
that's gone. So we have brand new floors, everything. And of course,
Brand new paint on the walls. We did it all. Looks great.
Thursday morning, I wake up. I think it was Thursday. I wake up to this sound. It's like this.
It was Thursday. It was
Which
like
kind
ocean
of
sounds.
sounds, yeah, like ocean
We sleep
sounds.
with ocean sounds on.
Yeah, so I was like going to roll over and I was like, that's not ocean sounds. That's water, but not the water I'm looking for.
Whoops.
So I hop out of bed in my underoos. I don't know what that means. In my undies. And I throw open the bathroom door because I'm like, there's probably a burst pipe in the wall. I'm so not looking forward to this. The hose that hooks up the plumbing to the part of the toilet that fills up the tank, that was just spraying water. And when I say spraying, I mean like, think a soda gun at like a bar.
Yeah.
It was like who knows how long? Hours. Because it flooded.
Ocean sounds really familiar to that.
It
Similar.
flooded our bathroom. It flooded our bedroom, the hallway.
Not our bedroom, just the first part of our bedroom. Yeah, truly, we were like, it's not going to be that big of a deal. It's just going to be in the bathroom. And then like there was some coming into our bedroom, which makes sense because it's right next to it. And then
And I was like,
SP
get up.
walked out, to the rest of the house.
It was all flooded. Our entire living room. We have this awesome, beautiful like area rug there, completely underwater.
Yeah.
Still smells like a pack of wild, wet dogs lives in our living room right now. Even though we've rug doctored it, we've tried to get all of it out. That's all out. The whole dining room, the whole kitchen, all of Brooklyn's room is soaking. Thankfully, her area rug soaked up some of that water too. But I was like, so here's how we recycle too. By the way, we keep our paper bags, like our grocery paper bags, and we put our recycle in there, but we usually just leave them on the floor because it's, plastic containers or whatever that we're recycling. And so now these are soaking wet.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I got to get these out before they break everywhere. I walk back in and Kellie's like, Brooklyn woke up. I was like, are you kidding?
Yeah. Let's just let's just go back for a second. I mean, I know that we are 2 different people. It's why we work so well together because we normally just
One of us
complete
is so
each other.
attractive.
Yeah, me. Thank you so much.
And the other one's got a good personality.
Also me. Just kidding.
Okay.
But this flood in particular really showed us our 2 different personalities. And I think we were each, while totally love each other, we're each kind of annoyed with the other person and what they were choosing to do.
Yeah, I think to say it best, I'd say, I'm hot. You're cold.
That's okay.
And you go around like you know.
But this is what
Red dress.
happened.
Sorry.
Red dress. This is what happened. Our house is like 2 inches of water throughout it. Like, no
Yes.
joke. It's as if it's been raining and you're like standing in the gutter and you can like sing in the room, singing in the rain, like kick up water. Truly, truly, truly.
Yep.
And I go, my brain, you can talk to me about your brain process, but my brain goes, well, the water has to get out somehow. It can't just sit in our house. Like, the longer it's in our house, the more damage. It has to get out. The only way it can get out, through our front door. It's the only way.
Yep.
And so I'm like, well, how am I going to get it out? I'm not going to use my hands. I'll use a broom. We have nothing else. So I'm going to open the door and I'm going to sweep water out of the house. And I'm going to hope that it works, because there's the only way that this water is going to get out of our house is if we literally get it out through the front door.
Because Kellie is a wonderful step one person. She's like, what's the problem? What's the solution? I am like a 3-step person. I'm like, what are the next 3 steps?
True, but my brain processes through information differently than yours does, which we've learned.
Yes.
Like, I truly go through a ton of different things in my head before I land there. But my whole brain was like, how do we get water out? What are the different ways we can do it? I'm processing through, squeegee would really be great. We don't have a squeegee. I'm not going to go buy a squeegee. It's 5 a.m. No place is open. So like, what's the next best thing? Can we use bags? No, we'll use a broom. That's what we have. We have a broom. Like, my whole brain is processing through this water and how to get it out, even knowing that it can't go out the back. It has to go out the front. And you're like, I'm going to record this for TikTok.
I did.
And then I'm going to take the trash out for some reason, because people are coming over to
because
see our
no one knows
house.
that's our recycle. No one knows that that's like cans
I'm
and
like,
stuff.
there's
It looks like
water
we
in
just
our
have
house.
wet garbage in the house.
There's water in our house.
I have a reputation to uphold. And I'm watching Kellie sweep this water out the door with a
Like, you're a
broom.
beautiful
I was like,
idiot.
you sweet, sweet idiot. Look at you.
I knew.
Looking like a
And
dummy.
I need you to know, I knew that you thought it was a stupid idea.
It
because
was.
I asked for help like 3 or 4 times and you were like, yeah. And then you'd go do something different. And I'm like, this is the thing that's working. And did it work?
Yeah, because I also got a bunch of towels.
But
I got a hot water compress.
for sure,
We delivered that baby.
towels wouldn't have soaked up all of that water.
Some of it, I mean, our rug sure did, like the world's
True,
biggest towel.
but
That rug was like 500 pounds.
I knew he thought I was an idiot. Truly, he was like, this is a dumb idea that she's sweeping this out.
I knew it was a good idea, but I was like, does she understand how water works?
Yeah.
She's like, I'll sweep it all to the front door. I was like, water goes wherever it goes.
No, but it was coming towards the front door and I got it all out.
You did. And my
By
favorite
me
part,
just
though,
sweeping for like an hour and a half. My back hurts from it.
you were like, we're going to need more towels. And I was like, well, it's 5:30. I know my mom's awake at 5:30. And I sent her this text that was like, good morning, smiley face. Do you happen to have all those towels that you brought over from the first flood? Because we're going to need them for this flood. And God bless her. She was over there with a ton of towels.
She was.
And
she
so
took Brooklyn to
the
school.
reason why you were doing your thing and I was thinking about all these other steps, because I was like, where's the water coming from? How do I turn the water off? We have Brooklyn here who goes to school 45 minutes away. It's 5 a.m., 5:30 maybe at this point. Who's going to take her to school? How is this all going to happen? And
I wasn't
what's the
worried.
damage? I know Kellie was just like, sweep, brooming.
But truly, my brain went, well, nothing can happen until you get the water out of the house. Then you can figure out what the next steps are. But there's so much water in this house. Like, you have to get it out. And then you can go from there.
Kellie was also, we have a metal screen on our door, like a white, it's not a screen, it's a door. It's a screen
was
door.
too loud. You kept trying to close it, and I was like,
Kellie
it's
was
so
like
loud.
sweeping water, buckets of water. And every time it was just hitting this metal door like.
You closed it. I had it open. He's like, close the door. I was like, no, it's too loud.
I didn't want mosquitoes.
There are no mosquitoes. I mean,
I was thinking about the long term. You know where mosquitoes lay their eggs? In stagnant pools of water.
that I'm sweeping outside. And it wasn't stagnant. It was moving towards the front door.
That's right, which means it's clean. As long as water is running, you can drink it. Bear Grylls said that.
Am I right?
I don't think that's right at all.
Anyway, we deal with things differently. And it works. He got the piece. He replaced the part. It was great news.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, here's the irony.
But I swept for like an hour and a half. Just to,
It was a $15 piece. There was a seal in the tank that just over time had eroded. And somehow, I don't understand why that caused the problem. Because it wasn't like a dripping leak. It was like a pressurized soda stream style leak.
yeah, it was crazy.
But anyway, we are totally out of sorts yet again. Thankfully, we're still in our house. But it took us back so many steps.
But truly, shout out to my girl, Ashley May. Because on top of this flood that we woke up at 5 a.m., I was supposed to sleep in that day. That was my favorite part was I had an event that night, a late gig.
Yes.
And I was like, hey, babe, can I sleep in the morning? Like, I know I have to get up to make Brooklyn's lunch, I think, or her snacks, no, her lunch. But like, can I sleep in for a bit? And he was like, yeah. And so when he got out of bed that morning, I was like, wow, he's getting out of bed kind of fast, but it must just be so we can turn the alarm off before it goes off so we can go get Brooklyn.
What a guy.
And then he was like, babe, you got to get up. And I was like, what do you mean? It's because there's water everywhere.
Get up, you sweet idiot. You sweet sleeping beauty.
Truly, we like did all this stuff, and then I had to go and work. And Ashley Mae was hanging with me, and she bought us a dehumidifier to help get some of the water out of our floors. Let me tell you, it helped.
It's working. Yes, shout out to my mom who was there immediately. Ashley Mae, who not only worked the gig with you, but got you the humidifier. Nick and Saman, who hit us up to see if there's anything they could do. Randy and Danielle, who were the absolute first texts we got at, I don't know, 6 a.m. or something like that.
And Craig.
Even Craig. So many people reached out. Thank you. Troy hit you up.
Troy, yeah, a bunch of people. So thank you guys.
Thank you. We are...
Jansen, thanks for checking in. Everybody.
We are mostly dry, but only time will tell just how bad our second flood was. So stay tuned for Flood Watch. With all that said, sorry for everybody on the East Coast who got hammered by Hurricane Helene, I think is what it's called.
95 lives lost.
Yeah. Got to get out of those houses if you can, y'all. Like, got to be smart, got to be careful. I don't mean to downplay anyone who wasn't able to leave, but man, there was a bad one. It was a big bad one. Yeah. So we
got lucky because we were truly in Florida
last week.
Yeah.
And that storm was coming in for a while.
We got lucky. Yeah.
We got real lucky. Hopefully I'll get lucky tomorrow as I fly to San Fran, Tokyo, or whatever they call it. But yeah, we got a little flood. That's the biggest thing that happened in our life. I truly can't remember what's happened before or after that, except no, really nothing. But I did get excited this week because not only are we well into our second year of our show,
yeah,
but I was like, it's spooky season.
Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine.
I was like, by the time this episode airs, it'll be October 2nd. So as I was putting that together, the October 2nd, that happened today. I was like, what did we do last year? We must have done some Halloween stuff.
We did.
I cannot stress enough how much I forget that we've done or said or whatever.
We've done
on this
so
show.
Much.
I think this is our 80th episode.
Something like that.
All of them, with the exception of Hardly Holidays, well over an hour.
Just about having fun.
Some of them 2 hours. We've got 100 hours of content out there, I'm sure. So I forget. But we did some fun stuff. We dressed up one time. We ranked Halloween candies, which might even be on those stickers still. Not stickers, but magnets. We played some different games. I think people sent in costumes they've done in the past. We've done a lot. I'm just here to say that if you're not a spooky person, don't worry. Not every episode's going to be all spooky, but we are going to have fun little Halloween spookish elements in every show. There's 5 Wednesdays. Count them. 5 Wednesdays in October. It's spooky season, y'all. So get your jack-o'-lanterns ready to be...
Jack-o'-lanterns ready.
Jack-o'-lantern did.
Perfect.
I'm just excited. I can't believe we're back in spooky season, which means, you know what's right around the corner? 2 things. 1,
Christmas.
Hardly Holidays.
Christmas.
Sure, Christmas. Hardly Holidays is coming up, as well as, did we mention that your boy is still the Sprouts Fall Festival guy again this year?
No, but he's coming back, y'all.
That's right. Last year, we did a fall taste test between, I think it was Trader Joe's, Target, and Sprouts. Mm-hmm. And we did like 10 different things. Very fun. You can go back and listen to that. It was September last year. I don't know. Season 1 or 2. I have no idea. But I was like, guess who gets to be the Sprouts Fall Festival spokesperson again? This guy. And I was very, very happy about it. So shout out to me.
To this guy.
To this guy. Anyway.
The one big thing I do want to mention, because I think it was fun.
Yeah.
Well, 2 things. You talked about this week. You're like, what happened this week? A lot happened. But I did a premiere for FX and Hulu for Social Studies, which is a great little docuseries. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm very excited to. And it documents the 2021 year, the year after COVID, following students, the first generation of students that have only ever known a world with social media in it and screens. So that was very interesting. And the effects that COVID had on that and all of the things. So I did that. That was really fun and cool.
It looked really, really good.
Brooklyn and I watched Descendants for the first time. It's been one of the first Disney Channel movies that she's been like super stoked. It's a 2-hour freaking movie and she loved it.
Pretty
And
surprising.
spooky season is upon us, and we also built some Harry Potter potions that you can get from Miniverse.
Yep.
And we messed a couple of them up, but that's okay.
Not me. Y'all messed most of them up.
Yeah, but last night you gave Brooklyn the wrong pot. Brooklyn took my cauldron and I took hers.
A classic cauldron switcheroo. The old
Which is a bummer. Because my
cauldron
love
rope-a-dope.
potion is no longer pink. It's just white.
Well,
I'm
what are you
pretty
gonna
sad
do?
about it, but
It's
whatever.
a fun little thing for Harry Potter fans. You decorated some really cute white pumpkins
did.
with like painted
Tattoos.
pastel kind of tattoos on
Yeah,
them.
like
we'll
the
bring them
press
to the
on.
studio as
They're
we
cute. Oh, yeah, I should brought some
decorate
today.
them. But yeah, it was actually fun. We did that. We also tried a new ramen spot up in Porter Ranch,
Ooh, Silver Lake Ramen.
which was very fun, very good.
Spicy.
Yeah, so all things considered,
And it's soup season.
time for tons of soups for no reason.
I made
Tell
a
me about your
really
soup,
good
girl.
soup. I made a really good So I made tomato bisque tomato soup a couple weeks ago that everyone loved. And then I made like a Marry Me chicken soup last night. Boy, was it good. Boy, was it good. It was so good.
It honestly was really awesome. And I was a little skeptical. I was like, there's a lot of things in this
Yeah,
soup.
parsnips, celery, carrots,
a lot
onions,
of little
garlic.
tiny cubes.
It was delicious, was it not?
Yeah, it was really good. Was it not?
Was it not?
Was it not? Don't get all argy-bargy with me.
I'm not getting argy-bargy with you.
It
It
was
was
good.
delicious, was it not? It was really good. I'm not going to lie.
I know. It's awesome. I can't wait to see what you
Sorry.
continue to create.
Stick around to hear what other soups I make in soup season.
Soup season. Slurp it and
Chickens.
see.
All right. I
Well,
know
that
you're-
happened a few days ago, but there's a lot of stuff that happened today. Technically, all the words were there in the right order. That happened today. The day is October 2nd.
October 2nd.
Lots of things happened, including Charlie Brown's first appearance in Peanuts 74 years ago. Are you a Charlie Brown fan?
Is Peanuts something different than Charlie Brown? Was that how it started?
The Peanuts comic strip?
Which is the dog.
Okay, hold on.
I don't like Charlie Brown.
Who is the dog?
I don't know.
Is this for real?
There was my least favorite comic to read was Charlie Brown in the Saturday, like in
The Sunday morning
the Sunday
comics?
morning comics, and I never watched the show. You know how young I am? You know how old that is?
Yeah, 74 years. That's literally the point of what I'm talking about.
Who's the dog? Snoopy?
Yes, of course it's Snoopy.
Nailed it.
Just like
Who's
Snoop
Peanuts?
D-O-double-G. Who's Peanuts?
Is that like just the name of the show?
That's the name of the comic strip. Peanuts.
Why is it not just called Charlie Brown?
I don't know. I'm not a Charlie Brown doctor.
Okay, so Charlie Brown appeared in the comic strip Peanuts, and then it actually became a real thing because everyone only knows it as Charlie Brown and not as Peanuts.
I don't think that's true. I think most people understand that that's called Peanuts. They might have Charlie Brown or Peanuts specials, like Christmas special and that kind of stuff. But
Wasn't
when
there a whole TV show?
Yeah.
Charlie Brown?
I think there might be a You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown, but I don't know.
You're old.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm old, but I'm not Charlie Brown old.
Yeah,
Look,
I truly my least favorite comic to read. I like Garfield.
Garfield's better.
Or any of
Yeah,
the other
Charlie
ones.
Brown was always depressing. We talked about some other like first comic strip last week. Some kid in a yellow nightshirt who was like poor. I was like, I don't know why every kid in a comic strip when comics came out had to be destitute and sad.
Because it probably fit in the time.
Probably did. But 74 years ago in the 50s, Charlie Brown made his debut in Charles Schultz's comic strip Peanuts. When asked for a quote, Charles had this to say, wah, 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 wah.
It probably hit so much better with someone that actually knew it. I knew that that's what it was from, but I was like,
I didn't plan on it, but once we got here, I was like, there's no way I'm not doing that joke.
I just know that when you start to say that, when asked for a comment, I was like, I know it's going to be
You know it's a
not
bit.
real. Yeah.
It's so true. It is definitely one of my go-to bit lines. Last week or the week before, who knows, we talked about the series Twilight Zone
Yeah.
airing.
Yes.
This is not Twilight Zone. Cut the zone right out of it because
Just
19
Twilight?
years ago in 2015, Stephanie Meyer's Twilight was published.
Yeah, she tried to ride on the coattails of J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter.
Look, she did.
I know, just wasn't as good.
Of course not.
The books, while I read all the books, the character development fell flat.
Yeah, I would agree. Would you say that in the books or the movies?
I mean, in both, but definitely in the books. It was like no character development.
Interesting.
In the books.
Yeah, because I mean, I did have to sit through. I'm not sure that I made it through all the movies.
There were 5.
Yeah. Well,
4.
so here's the thing. Harry Potter comes out and the movies start, right? Then Twilight comes out and the movies start in the middle of Harry Potter doing their film run, which would ultimately be 8 movies for 7 books because they split the last 2 movies.
The last
Twilight.
Yeah.
The last book. Sorry.
Yeah.
The last 2 movies are split for the last book. Twilight was the first series or saga that did that. Not ever.
Breaking Dawn, Part 1.
In Part
Breaking
2,
Dawn,
they're like,
Part
there's
2.
so much. We just want to make more money. There's so much. We got to split it up. And then like Harry Potter took that and they did that.
Which
I'm
they
not
needed
sure.
to.
Oh, I'm not sure that they would have though had Twilight not done it and it happened.
For sure, they needed
Like,
to though,
been
because
well.
that last book is large.
And
It's
in
a
charge.
lot of stuff to like get through.
Were you Team Edward or Team Jacob?
Team Edward.
Really?
I never really liked. In the books, I probably was more Team Jacob. In the movies, I liked Taylor Lautner a lot, but whatever they did with his character, I was like, he's just not cool. He's really toxic.
Remember when I almost DJ'd Taylor Lautner's wedding or his sister's wedding or something
Sister's
like
wedding,
that?
yeah.
That was so weird. I was always Team Jacob. Shirtless, brown, muscular dudes who turn into werewolves. Much better
They were both
than
toxic.
the sulkin.
Old.
Wait, what are their names? The sulkin Cullens. I really thought that'd go better. The sad, stoic, weird Cullens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan either. Definitely wasn't a fan of the character that is Bella.
The best thing that came from that movie.
1, 2, 3. Anna Kendrick. It's gotta be. Yes, she's awesome.
I think she went and did Pitch Perfect
Right after that, yeah. She
good for her.
was so cool. I think she might have only been in the first movie. I don't remember.
I think she might have been I think she was in all of them, but like their parts got less and less.
Oh, I see. We somehow always come back to this. We're not sporty people, but sports stuff, I guess, happens a lot.
Also,
Yeah.
I think it's funny because I can't remember her name, but the Rosalie, whoever played Rosalie,
Yes.
I can't remember her name, but she played a vampire in this, and she also went on to marry Damon Salvatore, also known as Ian Summerland, or Summer Holden,
Didn't we see him?
who is a vampire in Vampire Diaries, but they ended up marrying each other. And yes, we did see
An
he
event.
was at.
That we can't talk about it.
Yeah, we can. They've posted about it now. I'm pretty sure I have.
Oh, I don't even know if we can say that we were
They
there.
were at a wedding that we did
Yeah, someone's wedding.
like a year ago.
Look it
They're
up.
pregnant now.
Oh, congratulations. Maybe we won't do the baby shower. Who knows?
Probably not.
Interesting
But I thought it was-
fact.
It's weird. It's not very interesting, but I was like, isn't that funny? They were both vampires and they played vampires and they married
pretty
each other. Two
ironic.
popular vampires too.
True. I can't think of another time off the top of my head where that's ever happened. Who knows? Who did Bram Stoker marry?
I don't even know who that is.
So back to football. We did something similar to this. This was only in Washington, D.C.
Football? Okay.
Yeah, it was the very first Sunday football game played in the NFL 103 years ago. This is the new one. That was just in Washington, D.C.
Okay.
or something. This was the very first Sunday football game ever. When I think football, I think Sunday.
Are you ready for some football?
I understand that there's like multiple days now that we do it, but when we grew up, it was Sunday football.
Tell me when. How long ago?
Girl, 3 times now I've said 103 years ago.
I thought you were saying that was the last one.
No,
That's what I was
no.
confused about. I was like, okay.
No, 1921. Buffalo played.
What a time to start it in the middle of the Depression.
I know. I was like, wait, I looked it up and I lost. I don't know. But Buffalo won the game. I can't tell you who they played because I didn't copy and paste it in. But they won 45-0. And it was the same thing we talked about last time. There was these blue laws where they're like, don't do anything on Sundays. And then they're like, yeah, but football. And now football lives on Sundays.
Yeah.
And like 3 other days of the week now.
Yeah.
But congratulations, football. And thanks, October 2nd. Couple big notable movies came out on October 2nd.
Yeah.
American Beauty, which I've never seen. But it's an iconic thumbnail of that completely nude but covered in rose petals woman. It's like an aerial shot of
Who's
a
in
woman.
it?
I couldn't even tell you. Wait, maybe I could. Critically acclaimed film American Beauty premiered, later winning the Academy Award for Best Picture. It's known for its dark satire on suburban life and won Kevin Spacey an Oscar for Best Actor.
Oh.
So there's that. You don't know that image that I'm talking about?
No.
It's like, it kind of looks like The Bachelorette.
What's
it's
it
like
called?
rose petals
That's
everywhere.
probably where they get the idea from.
American Beauty. While Kelly looks up that image, I will tell you, Zombieland also premiered
That's better.
15 years ago in 2009. Zombieland, great movie.
Great movie.
Jesse Eisenberg, Emma Stone. Yeah, you don't know that iconic?
No, but it does
Really?
look like The Bachelor.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, that's 15 years old today. And the most important thing that happened, the world's first ice cream truck introduced
Ooh.
in
Now they become scary.
1920, 1 year before the NFL played their first Sunday game.
That explains why they have like the ice cream truck music.
What is
Which is
the
now
ice
just
cream truck
creepy.
music? Because in my head it goes, but that's not it at all.
No, I think it depends on the ice cream truck.
All
Right, Jurassic Park. No.
What's your best ice cream truck? Okay, imagine you're a kid, you're sitting in your living room, you got nothing to do.
It's just a bunch of bells and whistles. It's like. That's
you
not
just
it either.
Picking random notes?
Because there are songs though.
It's like a real high register.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're welcome, everybody.
the ice cream wheelchair is here.
It is.
guys want some
They go.
popsicles?
It is a couple of songs, like old schooly songs, but like all in dings.
Ding ding
like
ding
bells.
ding 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 ding.
It's been a long time since I've heard an ice cream truck. Although if you were to hear it, you'd be like, "Oh my god, that's an ice cream truck."
You would know.
But also, I don't want Brooklyn to ever get ice cream from an ice cream truck.
No, because it's sketchy. And how does that business model even work?
But I have fond memories of getting ice cream from the ice cream man.
Did your ice cream man have like toys like cap guns or anything?
Oh yeah. But I only ever wanted the ice cream.
Yeah, we'd occasionally.
Strawberry shortcakes or the ones with the gumball eye draw.
Oh yeah, those always are horrifying.
Yeah.
They never look like the character they're supposed to, and the gumballs will crack your teeth.
That's true. My brothers used to get the Ninja Turtle ones. They had like a Tweety Bird one that I would get sometimes, but truly it was either a fudgesicle or a strawberry shortcake.
Dang. Well, track with me here because it's going to seem like I'm all over the place.
You
There's
always are.
a SpongeBob
kidding.
ice cream, popsicle, whatever,
Yeah.
with creepy eyes,
Yeah.
which was always horrible, which takes me to, you're listening, this comes out on the 2nd. On the 6th, I believe. I think it's the 6th. Wendy's is doing their Krabby Patties.
Oh, I can tell you.
Yeah, because it's in our calendar because that's how lame we are. They're doing that. You won't hear us talk about it next week because it will not have come out by the time we film
The
this.
8th.
Oh, the 8th. The 8th. Okay. So put it on your calendars, you SpongeBob fans. Get yourself a Krabby Patty from Wendy's. A little bit on the ice cream truck. Harry Burt of Youngstown, Ohio, introduced the world's first ice cream truck, allowing children and adults to enjoy ice cream treats right at their doorsteps.
Wow. I wanted to look this up, babe.
Look what up? The ice cream song?
No, the
Krabby
Patties.
Patties? Well, we talked about it a couple weeks ago.
Look at that Krabby Patty.
I know. It looks like a burger.
And a pineapple under the sea frosty.
Yeah.
Wow.
All the stuff we talked about.
You didn't mention the pineapple under the sea frosty.
Play the clip. I'm not really going to play the clip. I did.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh. You'd like that.
In order to play the clip, I'd have to go find the clip, and that just seems
to
like
pretend
a lot.
like we played it. What would you sing?
What would you sing?
What were you saying?
I don't understand how the ice cream business model works.
It doesn't.
I don't understand how they keep the ice cream cold when they're not
Arby's,
running the truck.
I bet you Arby's owns it.
The ice cream business?
Yeah. Or Inspire Brands. Not really, but Arby's owns everything.
They really
It's always
do.
the joke. It's
what
what happens.
was it? What were we talking
Buffalo
about?
Wild Wings.
Yeah, well, that is actually
something.
owned by Inspire,
Yeah.
but there was something else where like, I bet Arby's owns that.
I know. I don't remember
Who
what it
knows?
was, but it was something funny.
Anyway, that's October 2nd. What
Thanks,
happened
October 2nd.
today? That's not the name of this.
That happened today. Thanks, October 2nd.
You're welcome.
Weirdo.
That's the voice of October 2nd.
Not a lot of fun things happened on October 2nd. I'm not going to lie.
You know, not
Kinda boring.
not a lot of stuff always happens on every day.
That's okay.
And if you hear any noises, that's because SP has to check into his flight, and I set my alarm so I wouldn't forget. But don't worry, fun folks.
Excuse me. I'll just
Gosh.
burp on the air.
I was like talking and stalling, and you still had to go like straight into the microphone. And be like,
I went away. I went away.
Anyway, did I see you bring a story today or no?
No, I wish I would have, but I didn't. But I can read one of your stories.
You won't understand it
No.
because you don't understand the way I take notes on this. Anyway, why don't you hold
That is
that
true.
and update it? We've got so many stories. So Kellie is always bugging me about this. She's like, New York is where I want to live. She's like a Gabor sister.
I do like New York.
Fun fact, don't really care for New York.
I also know that.
Yeah. So here's the deal. We were talking about this week. Kelly was like, "Can we go to New York? I want to She didn't say can we. We don't ask each other. She's like, "I want to go to New York.
I do want to go to New York.
I want to see shows." I'm like, "New York is just so dirty. We've got all the good shows out here anyway."
Wow. Group A, position 53.
Let's freaking go, baby. That's
your
why
boarding
Kelly
pass. Sorry.
does it.
You got to use your watch and then the countdown timer so that you have it.
Oh, dang.
So there's that. Also, I do want to go to New York. I just told you that I wanted to go to New York because I wanted to go to some Broadway shows.
Which is exactly why I was so excited when this article came across my desk. I don't have a desk.
His fictional desk.
A fictional desk. New York greenlights rat birth control to curb city's infestation.
Thank God. Although
Yes.
I don't think I've ever seen a rat in New York.
And also, when you think the biggest, most major cities in the country, New York and LA are in the top. Maybe you can argue they're not the top two. I would argue that they are. How come one of these top cities is infested with rats?
Because the sewers.
I understand. But why are we still glamorizing New York? What about New York is worth glamorizing? It's a rat-infested city.
The lights.
Lights?
Broadway.
The lights?
And
this is in 1928.
In Times Square.
Why is it's a giant advertising space?
Yeah.
That's not fun.
Except for at midnight or whenever, 3 minutes till midnight when it plays
Yeah,
art.
I saw that too. I don't know if that's true.
The theater. Broadway.
We've got theaters all across the country.
No,
now.
but this is the best of the best is on Broadway.
What about the West End?
In London. That's the best of the best in London. You think what?
Well, then the Pantages is the best of the best in LA.
I hear
see
it,
what you're
and I
saying.
understand what you're saying. And at the same time, we have a couple of theaters out here, but people don't come to LA to see shows. They go to New York to see shows because that is where you have all of the theaters that play. That truly, you want to be on Broadway. That's it. So they have Broadway. They have great food. We just watched the whole thing about it.
Their pizza's good, but if
pizza,
it's
Chinese
rat infested,
Chinese food
in Chinatown,
in Chinatown. Some other things out there too that he's done.
Some other stuff that's in New York. I like
Listen.
that. That's great. I love the other stuff.
The cityscapes, the views, the shopping. They have some of the best shopping down there. Central Park, which is amazing and incredible.
It's a park.
And it's beautiful in the midst of the city. It's not as fun as, it is. It is pretty.
I just don't get it.
You don't like New York, and that's okay. I do. And that is what matters for me. And if you loved me, you'd go to New York with me.
Well, at least you know now. Here's the deal. They voted on Thursday night, apparently, to use birth control to try to keep the population down.
It's in the water.
Oh,
I'm so sorry.
Now I understand.
Woo!
Too
I'm
soon.
just kidding.
Too soon.
But how are they going to give them birth control? Are they going to give it, have a bunch of rats and give it to them and then set them free?
Yeah, they give them one of those IUDs, those little T's. They put them in all the rats.
Birth control you have to have every day.
Yeah, I don't know how it works with this particular species.
I don't know either. I also
rat?
don't know how it works. I've never taken birth control, so
What?
I've never needed it.
Then how come we can't get pregnant? I just assumed you were on it.
We don't want to have a child right now. What do you mean? But some girls take it because they have really bad period stuff, and so they have to regulate or whatever, or they take it for their.
Oh, I know all this.
I've never had to do that ever, and never did I want to. I always thought the chemicals in that was bad, but I don't know. I know nothing about it because I've never had it or asked for it or wanted it.
Well, now you'll know more about rat birth control.
Okay, let me
hear.
Curious. Are they going to put it in the water?
No, they're going to put it in traps, essentially. Not traps, but things that rats will come in and they'll eat it.
Eat
and
the
they'll
cheese
leave.
and stuff.
I don't know. They didn't mention cheese, but definitely the pellets. Now, this is different than having them eat rat poison.
Yeah. Because that would just kill them.
Which would be fine. Except the article goes on to say something that I didn't know. It was very, very sad. That, here we go. The law that, the vote to do this thing, whatever. The law was inspired by the tragic death of the city's beloved but short-lived Falco the owl. That's right.
Oh, because he ate a rat and he died.
Didn't even get to eat a rat. Well, maybe. It said Flacco the owl.
Falco?
Flacco. Did I say Falco? It should be Falco. It's Flaco.
Okay.
Flacco.
Sure.
Listen, the owl's dead. Give it its moment.
Okay, read it.
Give him his
Tell
flowers.
me about Flacco.
Or her flowers. Who knows? Escaped from captivity and seemed to be flourishing amid Manhattan skyscrapers until he died and was found with rat poison in his system. I love New York. Dead with rat poison. So that's why they had to do the birth control method.
That's so sad.
Isn't it, though? Did you know this, though? This drove me nuts. I had no idea. New York's rat problem is so widely known worldwide that even it sparked a mini tourism industry where people give rat tours.
Yeah, they're looking for their Remy.
Yeah.
Ratatouille.
Becoming known on social media for posting videos of city rats swarming through the streets and subways. So
I just need you to know,
through the streets and subways, Kelly.
in all my times that I've been to New York, I've never seen that. I don't think I've ever seen like a rat. Truly.
You know what you have seen, though, is all of their garbage just on the sidewalks.
Yeah, that's just how they do it in New York.
That's a terrible system.
That's how they do it.
Fix the system.
There's no other place for them to go, babe. Where are they going to go? Where are they going to put
They
it?
can move.
To
Move anywhere in the middle of the country. There's plenty of space. Last year, New York appointed its very own rat czar. I'm learning so much.
Like Anastasia?
Yes, but her name's Kathleen.
Is it really?
It's Kathleen. It's not Anastasia at all.
Gosh.
She was charged with getting
Anastasia
rid.
wasn't the czar. Her dad was, but that's beside the point.
Oh, man, a lot of Anastasia fans are out there like, preach, girl, talk that talk.
Shut it.
Anyway, blah, blah, blah. New Yorkers also have a soft spot for the rats with whom they share the city. That is disgusting. One of the city's most beloved modern icons is Pizza Rat. So named after a video of a determined rat, easy for me to say, dragging a slice of pizza down some subway steps. Yeah. Why do you want to go to this place?
Rats aren't scary. I would have a rat.
Yes, they are.
I'd have a rat as a pet.
First of all, they're disease-ridden. Second of all, if you saw a rat right over there, you would freak out. I'm not talking about pets, which also gross. I'm talking about wild animals.
Yeah.
What if LA was infested with cockroaches?
That's
would you be
disgusting.
like, I love it for the cityscapes and the lights?
But you have to know that I did work at a place that was once infested with rats and another time with cockroaches.
That's gross.
So I've kind of lived that life. And the rats, I think I've told the story, but it is the best story that I have, is we used to line up with with snap traps.
Yep.
Like the drive-through area. And there was one time when Andy and I got to work and we had to set them all off because it didn't catch any. So we just here we are at like 6 a.m. trying to get the store open and ready. And we're just attaching a bunch of straws together to try to hit them to set the traps off because we can't get in to that area because we don't want to get snapped. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. We had a rat in my mom's garage once that we caught.
Yeah, I remember you put the camera in there so you could see it.
Yeah, we wanted to know if it was really a rat, and it was.
And it was.
And it's gone.
And I got it.
It's gone, baby. Well, from rats to another thing that at least you and I can actually
cockroaches
agree on.
are disgusting and gross. So let's be real. That is not my favorite thing in the world. It doesn't necessarily freak me out. If it was a spider infestation, I'd be terrified.
I'll tell you what, on Fear Factor, when that was a show,
don't put me in anything with
they
any
put
bugs.
you in a tank of cockroaches to find a key or something.
I was going to lie. Say I'm terribly frightened of bunnies. Like it's like my worst fear.
That many bunnies I'd be afraid of.
Yeah.
If you had 1,000 bunnies, I'd be like, I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
But if you put someone in Fear Factor in a tank of rats, you couldn't do it. Rats are scarier
They're gonna
than
bite
cockroaches.
you.
Yeah. Cockroaches are gross. They're
Yeah.
not scary. Here's something we can agree on. If there's one thing we know about this podcast, we are animal lovers. We love dogs and we hate cats.
I love cats.
We cannot handle them. We're
I just
both
saw my
allergic.
parents' cats.
We do everything we can in our power to
Cats
move
are the
away
best.
from cats.
In fact, I think last night in bed, I flipped over and was snuggling you and said, I miss my mocha.
That's
that
true.
last night or the night before.
Either one.
I was pretty
but you were
sad
like,
about it.
I wish you would have met her. And I was like, yeah. Usually I'm like, yeah,
like, I
babe,
miss
yeah.
my
But I was like,
mocha.
not this one.
I miss her.
Nope. Before my time.
My mocha, my moo-moo.
Speaking of cats you're missing or missing cats, cat missing in Yellowstone National Park returns home to California after an 800-mile trek.
Get it, cat. You're so smart. Look how smart they are. Also,
Yes.
this episode is unhinged.
Why?
It's off the rails. It's crazy. I'm proud of that cat. Look, see, cats are smart and they love their parents. Owners sounds wrong.
It's an animal. Owner is correct.
Yeah, they're caregivers. But they do. The cat went home to their family all the way from Yellowstone National Park.
Can you believe that?
I can't, honestly. I'm really impressed.
So this couple was camping in Yellowstone, as you might imagine. They, I believe, had 2 cats with them.
Which is
What
crazy.
could you possibly be holding on to? What could it possibly
I
be?
was going to say, it's so impressive that this cat did that, because Mocha got out once and she truly went behind my dad's shed and just stayed there all night long and was just crying like, "Mar, mar." I had to have treats to try to get her out. She wasn't going to find her way home, and her home was only like 20 feet away.
That is
so it's
sad.
super impressive to me that this cat found its way all the way back home.
It was impressive to me until I read the entire article, which is on the New York frickin' Times,
give
by
it to
the
me.
way.
Give it to me.
This isn't some bogus website that we pull most of our stuff from. This is the NYT. You know, the rat-infested place?
Yeah, the New York Times.
This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
their Times.
Okay.
Cats and rats.
This is their times.
There's some things I have to read verbatim just because
Okay, read it to me.
It bothered me so much. The couple searched for 5 days in Yosemite looking for their cats in the woods near the campground.
Both of them or just one? You said cats.
Looking for their cat. They had the other cat
Okay,
still.
Good.
But they never found their 2-year-old male Siamese cat named. I'm just going to have you tell me what they named their cat.
Rainbow.
Rainbow.
But spelled like rain and then bow. Rainbow.
Rayne.
Yeah, rain.
Also not how you spell rain.
And then bow, like bow.
Beau. I like that you were like
Someone's name
they
is
spelled
Bo.
rain like rain, and they spelled
Rain.
bow like bow,
Like bow.
which could have been RAIN like
Or
rain or
BOW.
BOW.
I know, but I'm thinking like when you name your kid, if you name them Bo, you don't name them BOW. You name them BEAU.
Yeah. Also,
Bow.
not
Rainbow.
a cat name.
Rainbow.
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 Oh,
Hey,
I
Rain.
was so irritated reading this.
I
And
think it's cute.
and Rainbow's sister, Star.
Yeah. Star and Rainbow.
Star in Rainbow.
It's like Twinkie
makes
and
me
Toast.
want to stop reading articles.
It's like Twinkie and Toast. Toast and Twinks.
That's not the same thing.
I mean,
No.
Rainbow and Star, I think it's pretty similar.
Rainbow.
Rainbow and Star.
They can go away.
Anyways, we can.
They can rain go
You just don't
away.
like cats. Keep going.
Rainbow. Anyway, they leave their cat because they
have to go home.
They're like,
Rainbow,
screw
not
this
coming."
cat.
Okay.
This was really impressive until I read the whole article, and they were like, the cat was found 3 hours north of their home, but had made the 800-mile trek.
That's
from...
pretty impressive.
It is, but it's not the same as making it all the way home.
But maybe it would have had someone not found him and picked him up and called the owners.
That is possible, and that's what happened. So microchip your pets, people,
Yeah.
because someone found the cat, checked the microchip, and they were able to reach out to these 2 people.
That's what I'm saying. It might have made it all the way home had he not been found.
How could that be? How could a cat do that?
Because animals are instinctive and are very, very smart. And
I don't
also
think
they
that's
pick
what
up,
that word means. Instinctive?
Yeah,
I don't-
like they
I'm
have
pretty
good
sure.
instincts and they can find their way home by smell and other things. Didn't you see the TikTok video of a dog that got kicked out or locked out of its house and then came home and rang the doorbell and looked at the Ring camera and barked? Went,
Yeah.
"Woo."
Oh, yeah. That dog had good instinctives.
Shut up. Be nice to me.
You're so cute.
I know what that means.
It means I should feel like I have to say this a few times because there's sometimes I've done it twice in this
Bless
episode.
your heart.
That's what I thought when you were sweeping the water out of the house.
Yeah, and
Bless
it worked.
her heart.
It worked.
She'll find a man one day.
Bless your heart. It worked.
Bless your heart.
You're welcome for getting all the water out of
Anyway,
the house.
when we call each
You're
other,
welcome.
thank you. Thank you.
Thanks
This
for
podcast
fixing the
is
toilet.
over. You're
Unhinged.
welcome. We've both said like, you sweet idiot every time. We don't typically talk to each other like that.
I mean, I think
unless
we do.
it's really playful. So just know it's very playful. This is a weird episode and I love it so much.
Told
Hey,
you it's unhinged.
speaking of
Off the
children,
rails.
like your cat. Our
My
kids,
Mocha, my moo
our kid's 9 now. How old was
Yeah.
Mocha?
Probably like 15 or 16.
Dang.
She was pretty old.
No
I
further
loved that
questions.
cat.
That's all I needed to know.
I loved that cat. That cat was
Did you?
was like my first run at being a mom because that cat
Oh
came to the door
my
when I got home and slept
God.
in my bed and I took care of it, took it to the doctor. And
When you talk about Mocha,
my moo.
it reminds me just how shocking it is that we ever got together. Because the person you were before me with this cat thing, I don't know that I would have married her.
I would
She
still
sounds
have
like
cats.
she needs to talk to
I need
somebody.
you to know that if you were not allergic to cats, we would already have a cat.
I need you to know
Because
that I am allergic and we're never doing
I know,
that.
because I do love cats, and it's a small enough animal that it could take care of itself when we were out of town and be okay.
Look,
I would love a cat. My whole world would be made whole if we got a cat.
Well, something to aspire to, I guess. Sorry.
They have hypoallergenic ones.
I love your parents so much.
I know. They have their kitties.
But I have seen their furniture because of the cats.
You got to train them.
Doesn't matter if it's just such a little animal. They will tear your stuff up.
You gotta
Can you
train 'em.
imagine how those cats would have done in the flood? We were like, meow, get me out of here.
They probably would have woken us up sooner.
Don't even.
I'm telling you, you best believe that cat would have been like, meow, and be like, why are your paws wet?
Yeah, I'd be like, stop. You always wake me up all the time, you
Your
stupid
paws
cat.
are wet. Why
You're
are
just
they
waking
wet?
me up
Oh my
again.
goodness.
Did you pee somewhere? Ew, I bet the cat peed. The whole house is flooded.
It probably wouldn't have been all the way flooded because the cat probably would have caught it before.
Look, we can agree to disagree on this.
I'm just saying.
But when it comes to your actual child, how much
She
money?
didn't let us know.
No, she didn't. How much money do you think someone would have to offer you to be like, all right, we'll sign away our child to you? Is it in the hundreds, thousands?
There's
million?
no amount of
There's
money.
no amount?
No.
I have a number.
What's your number?
I don't have a number because I'd never do that.
Yeah.
I would never do that.
Crazy psycho person.
This couple did, though.
Tell me.
Couple allegedly tried to sell their baby for $1,000 and beer.
That's it?
I know. And I will be honest.
Was it really their baby?
Yeah. This was a real 2-month-old baby. Read the entire article. It sounds better when you say $1,000 in beer because it seems like they're like, give me $1,000. Might as well throw in that beer. It's actually the opposite. They were willing
like,
to part with their baby
for a beer.
for a 6-pack of beer.
And they're like, oh, I guess I'll ask for $1,000.
This is one of those quick ones that I have to hit you with some actual stuff. So I told you this couple who they're named here, they're not from Florida, but they are from Arkansas.
Sounds right.
Shout out to Arkansas. Tried to sell their 2-month-old baby at a campground for beer and $1,000.
Was it a joke or was it serious?
It was 100% not a joke.
Did the people do it? I would have been like, sure, give me your baby.
So, okay, I'll tell you essentially
Because you
what's happened
obviously
here.
aren't capable.
There's people at this campground. Yeah. And apparently there's this dude who I guess is a good dude. They described him as a heavily intoxicated guy, but at least a good enough dude that he saw that something is wrong here.
Yeah.
And took matters into his own hands.
Okay.
He was the one who was like, hey, it starts off creepy, and I can't vouch for this person, but it started off creepy. Apparently this dude was like, I'm seeing this situation with these people and this newborn baby, and it's not good.
Okay.
And he goes, I'll give you, essentially says like, why don't I take care of the baby? Let the baby stay with me overnight, which everyone, that's a huge red flag. Don't give your baby to some stranger at a park, at an RV park.
They did though, didn't they?
Yes. Because this dude was like, something's off and like this kid is not going to be okay. And so he goes like, essentially like, here we go. The man said, this is what blew me away. According to the affidavit, the baby had been given to a man at the campground who asked if he could, quote, have the baby overnight. Very creepy. In exchange for a 6-pack of beer. So he's like, I'll give you the 6-pack if I can hang with your kid. The man appeared heavily intoxicated, like I said, and spoke to authorities, said he was concerned about the welfare of the baby. So I'm like, okay, maybe a good dude. One of them, Ellers is their name, I think it's the mom, allegedly told the man and another person that, quote, it wasn't working out having 3 dogs and a baby. So, of course, naturally, something's got to give between
get rid of the
3 dogs
baby.
and a baby. Get rid of the baby. And she said that she would surrender the baby for $1,000. The other man created a letter for the couple to sign and told them he would give them a cashier's check for $1,000 on Monday. The responding officer obtained the letter signed by the baby's parents that read, I, Doreen Urban, and Shalene Ellers are signing our rights over to baby whose name was redacted, of our baby boy, redacted, or I guess it would be the man's name was redacted and the baby's, for $1,000 on September 21st, 2024. The letter was signed by all of them, including a disclaimer that read, quote, disclaimer, after signing this, there will be no change in y'all's 2 minds and to never contact again. So,
Dang. Did he get to keep the baby?
he turned the baby over to the authorities. which I'm like, thank you. That's what you do. And the baby, it sounds like is in the midst of an adoption now.
Good.
I don't know. I don't think it's by that person, but someone's adopting the baby, which thank God. I can't imagine the life that this baby was going to have. It also says witnesses told the investigators that the baby had a, quote, bad ammonia and fecal odor, and that while changing the diaper, they observed heavy rash, blisters, and swelling on the baby's buttocks and genitals. This is the best part, though, truly, because you can't be this type of human. You can't be like, well, we want to screw around, but we don't want to have a baby, but we don't want to do anything about the baby. So we'll just make this little human who depends on us life absolutely horrible. But at least we got 3 dogs. The 2 people, the mom and the dad, Urban and Ellers, were both arrested and given a $50,000 bail. According to the sheriff's records, Urban appears to have been released while Ellers is still in custody. Good. That is abuse. You cannot do that to a child. Anyway, it started funny and then turned it into a serious thing. But also ended pretty good in the end.
Ended pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty great.
So, if you're having a bad day and you're a parent and you're looking around your house and it's a big mess, at least you didn't try to sell your kid for $1,000 and a 6-pack of beer. So that's pretty cool.
Also 6. Forgot about this one.
Who knows if anyone will understand what 6 means, depending on what goes in the intro. Kellie has 7 different lip products in her fanny pack. And that's not the only thing the fanny pack has. She just happens to have 7 lip products in the fanny pack.
I don't know why. I'll cut it out.
Cut it out. Well, I've got another story, but I'll save it till next week.
Okay.
So we can get some...
Oh, unpop pins?
That's right.
That's what I've been waiting for.
Let's unpop some pins. This one's near and dear to my heart because I wrote it myself. Salads should really be eaten with a big spoon.
No.
Boy, do I... No. Hear me out, though. We were all having salads yesterday. Me, Kellie, and Brooklyn.
Yeah.
We got them from The Habit, which if you're sleeping on Habit salads, don't, because they're great. They are great. Brooklyn and I both had a chicken Caesar salad. You had a
grilled chicken Caesar salad.
You didn't have a grilled chicken. What did you have?
Grilled chicken salad.
Yes.
Sorry,
you don't like
I don't
Caesar.
Grilled chicken salad.
I don't Caesar.
Garden salad.
I don't Caesar. Anyway, so we always throw them in some bowls so we can mix them up, like big mixing bowls. And that's how we eat them. If you try to eat all of the sweet, sweet goodness with a fork, you're not going to get all the stuff in each bite. But if you have a big spoon like I used yesterday, it is a party in your mouth and everyone's invited. Come here, croutons. Come here, lettuce. What's happening, little veg over there? Give me some veg. I actually don't know what vegetables are in a Caesar salad. No
Literally,
tomatoes in mine.
Lettuce, Parmesan, and croutons.
Occasionally you'll get like a carrot strip.
From my salad.
Either way, if you eat it with a spoon, you actually can get all the good stuff.
Yeah, I like a fork because unlike you, I like more things in my salad. Like my
then you
salad,
should love the spoon idea.
No, because I get to pick what I want in each bite. Because sometimes I want a little tomato and onion. Sometimes I just want the onion and the...
But have you tried stabbing a crouton before with a fork?
I don't have croutons in my salad anymore.
You're missing out because they are
I know.
good.
I do love... Hear me? I do love croutons, but I just don't need the extra carbs.
Well...
And that you only have like 3 ingredients in your salad, so it makes sense why you would do that.
It is really
I'm not
good.
trying to salad shame you or anything.
You kind of are, though.
Yeah, but not intentionally.
You should be like, babe.
I'm really proud of you for eating a salad.
But let's be honest. Who almost always eats salad when we go out?
You do.
I almost always get a salad.
That's true.
What do you always get?
A sandwich.
Burgers, sandwiches.
But here's the deal. It's because there's always a Caesar salad on your menu. There's not always a good other type of salad option. And I'm not a big Caesar dressing gal. I don't really like fish or the taste of anything that's similar to that.
And I'm an easy salad person, so I don't need the fancy.
Yeah, I just want my salad to have things in it, like cheese and tomatoes and onions, cucumbers, carrots, sometimes broccoli.
Just to name a few, geez.
I also like corn in my salad sometimes. I like my salad filled with stuff.
Me too. And that's why I'm saying a spoon, if not a whole ladle,
I don't agree
should
with you.
be used.
Because I like to pick. I like to make my bets.
I hate to tell you, but you can still do that with the spoon.
I'll try. I'll give it a try.
Little scoop here, little scoop there.
I will give it a try.
I won't give you the huge spoon. I'll give you the spoon that I normally use.
Yeah. I'll give it a try. But also, no.
Also, Kellie in Brooklyn always use the little itty bitty spoons for everything.
Little itty bitty spoons. There's
It's
normal
such a
people
small
spoons.
Spoon. You don't use the actual adult spoons.
Yeah, you.
Only I use them. Because I'm a man.
Yeah. You know when you get like silverware and you have like two sets of forks, like two different sizes of forks and two different sizes of spoons. They're not like small. They're not like teaspoon size. They're like just smaller spoons.
You also
That's
use
the one
the
I like
small
because my
fork?
mouth is smaller.
No. Looks pretty large. Pretty in charge. You also use the small forks.
I do.
For everything.
But that's more for hand grip than anything.
Hand grip? It's
Because
a fork.
I know, but yours is long. The bigger forks are like taller,
Yeah.
and my hand is smaller.
Give me your hand. Your hand is barely smaller than mine. I have big hands. You have big lady hands. Wait. There we go. Boom. I don't know. Kellie just likes little forks and little spoons. What can I tell you? Here's another one for you. All drivers should be required to retake the behind the wheel test now that COVID's over.
Yep. We just talked about this.
Not on the show.
I know. We were talking about how terrible drivers are these days. And I said, it's because a lot of them probably got those driver's licenses during COVID when we were supposed to be social distancing. And then I went, how did they do it?
I don't know how they did it.
How did they do it that whole year? Did they just not give any licenses out?
I don't know, but I
Did
don't
they
I
wear
also
masks in the car? Did they have to take a COVID test? Like, what was it?
windows open. I don't know. I'll never know.
This wasn't as many people on the street. So did you even learn?
Did you even learn?
But I agree. People suck at driving.
Seriously, people are so offensive while driving now. They just do not care.
No.
And I don't think it's just an LA thing because we travel
I think
a
it's
lot.
an everywhere thing.
It's everywhere. So I think it should be mandatory. How do you feel about, do you remember when, I forget what company it was, maybe Progressive, but they were like, put this thing in your car and we'll lower your rates for a good driver discount.
I would do that.
Allstate, State Farm, it's probably State
Morgan
Farm.
Freeman.
Morgan Freeman.
Wasn't he the person for it?
I believe so. And rest in peace, James Earl Jones,
Oh,
by the way.
and Maggie Smith. Dame
And
Maggie Smith.
Dame Maggie
That was a
Smith.
really sad thing this week. I cried.
Big week for losing celebs, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Our very own Professor McGonagall.
Oh. Wands up, everybody.
89, though.
My wand's over there.
Pretty good run. Yeah, you have your wand in here. All right, let me give you a few more and then we'll get out of here. Being the first one on a plane to board is pointless.
No,
I disagree. No, I disagree with you. I agree with this. I think it's absolutely pointless.
I don't.
Why?
Well, it depends. Do you have a carry-on?
You do not. In the situation I'm creating right now.
Okay, I was
I just
like,
made it up.
if you have a carry-on, it does make a difference
It does.
because the sooner you're on. We are Comfort Plus travel people, where we like to travel on Comfort Plus, which means you get on not quite first class gets on, and then when you
First class gets on, military gets on,
Military.
parents who need extra time,
Yeah.
person with a
But-
heart condition,
But
someone who's born in May.
I do like. It was weird because you can see my hand.
I
in
know,
your
it's
frame.
weird.
Woo,
It's
woo, woo,
reaching
woo,
over.
woo, 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 woo.
Ow.
I do like getting on the plane sooner because I don't like standing in the line waiting for everyone to get in. It can be so long.
I don't like standing in the line either necessarily, but that's not just for airplanes.
No. But on airplanes, it's like worse because everyone knows that you have an assigned. Well, unless you're Southwest, everyone knows you have an assigned seat that you're trying to get to,
Yeah.
and everyone takes their sweet, sweet time finding space to put up their bags. So there are situations for me where I'm like, yeah, I like that we sit down earlier in the boarding process because I get settled in. I can get my stuff set up and ready, get myself seat buckled in.
It's just longer that I'm going to be sitting in that seat.
Yes.
I don't need it. I don't need to. I'd rather sit in the lounge for 10 more minutes.
Oh my gosh. Agree to disagree, I guess. We never sit in the lounge that long. We're always there by the time it's time to board.
Yeah, because this one wants to be the first one on the plane.
I do. Not the first one, but I like to be in my seat.
She wants to be flying it. Every time she has to take a picture with the pilots. She asks for the wings and she has to go into the cockpit.
I've never done that. I would like a pair of wings from Delta. Delta, you listening?
I'll tell them because you keep working
See them
for them.
in a couple of weeks, but I would like a set of wings. I think it'd be very fun. My own little personal pair. I'd put it on my little lanyard.
Your Disney lanyard?
Yeah, that's right.
You should just get a pair from Soarin' then.
Oh,
Soarin' over California.
not even going to be on that side this time.
Oh, because you're going. Well, we'll talk about that at the end of the show.
Oh.
Things you're looking forward to.
Er.
Pause it.
I do like being the first on the plane.
Because I'm glad. You can go first.
Thanks, babe.
I did promise something Halloween or spooky.
I'm ready.
This isn't spooky, but it is Halloween adjacent.
Erky.
No, it is literally Halloween for spooky
Okay.
season. Trick-or-treating is not childish. Here's the explanation why you think about it. This person says, I don't understand why people think you get, quote, too old to get free candy. It's literally just candy on a holiday that most people celebrate, especially in groups of friends. It seems like a lot of fun and it's so harmless. I'm 20 if it counts. I would respect if somebody thinks that it's too childish for them, but I've had people try to talk me out of it and argue with me when it was just my own harmless opinion. It really isn't that weird. Yes, it is. It's weird.
Listen.
It's weird.
I don't need that much candy anymore. I just don't. I don't need it. So I go to 2 houses and be like, I'm cool. But if we normalize doing candy for kids and shots for adults, I'd be all about it.
I thought you meant medical shots.
No, I'd be all about it. It has to be Halloween themed, like a candy apple, poison candy apple. What do you mean?
At every house, the parents are just plastered.
But I would do that. 100%. I'd be like, oh, this is fun.
Yeah, sure.
Harry Potter themed, be spider. I don't care. I would do that. But I don't need that much candy.
I feel like
I probably don't need that much alcohol either. However, I think it'd be fun.
I think an idea was just birthed right here in front of our very eyes. I bet we'll do something like that. I think it's weird to go trick-or-treating as an adult. I think it's weird to go trick-or-treating as a high schooler. I think actually, to be honest, I think trick-or-treating, period.
It's kind of weird
in
now.
this day and age is weird. I don't even know my neighbors. I don't want my kid knocking on some stranger's door. What, to be fed candy by someone I don't know? Like, the whole thing is weird. Plus, if you're 20, I understand that times are a little tight, but you can buy your own candy. It's like $5 for
especially after Halloween. It goes on sale.
Like a whole mixed bag of candy, a ton of different candy.
It's like $12, by the way.
Get your own
bag of candy. But
maybe not on November 1st.
Yep, that's true.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. Anyway, I think it's weird.
I think it's weird.
I think it's cool for kids. They get to learn how to like go up and say trick or treat, which just like gets them used to other people, and you do it with your family, and so it's fine. Brooklyn has a blast because she always goes with her friends, which I think is fun.
Yeah, this year we're gonna have to make a whole lo-fi witch costume, which is gonna be a lot.
It's not our year, so just a reminder.
Still our kid
for sure. I just don't know if they. I asked Brooklyn this. I said, "Are you guys planning?" Because they always go as something all together.
Do they?
Yeah. So I was like, are you guys planning on doing something? And she was like, no. And I was like, I don't know how much I believe you. I don't know how much I believe you in that maybe they just haven't told you, which we should text them and ask them. I'm all down. You know me. I'm all down to help make a costume. We gotta get that hot
glue gun ready.
I'm great at it. Look at all the costumes she's had and all the things I've made or put together or done. I'm happy to do it, but it also isn't our year. And so if they have a plan and they're doing something, I'm not here to like step on their toes. And I'm happy to send a picture and be like, hey, this is what Brooklyn wants to be for Halloween.
Good luck with that.
Let me know how I can help.
Yeah, Halloween. I think, what was I just thinking about? Last year we all dressed up as Harry Potter people.
Yeah.
But I can't remember. It's all gone now. But anyway, I remembered. Last year, one of the unpopular opinions was about trunk or treating. And I'm pretty sure we both were like, it's
kind of weird.
It's
just like the Christian way to do trick or treating. So you don't have to go to houses.
Which I like that part better. But I think Halloween's just a weird tradition anyway.
I like the decorating and the fun things you can do for Halloween. I think it's very, very fun. It's the beginning of fall, but I also think it's kind of fun to do some spooky, creepy things. But I could do without the trick-or-treating, although Brooklyn loves it. So
you know what else I could do without?
What?
And I'm sorry if you want to because you married the wrong person, but I know you don't. I never need to go to like a horror nights, like a Halloween horror nights. Dude, that was what it was. I was looking up what we did last year and I was going through all the episodes. You created a game.
I did.
It was like Hell House or Halloween or Hell House or something.
Yeah,
You're like, is this a haunted house or a church activity?
Yeah. It was a good one, wasn't it?
It was good. I was surprised. I was like, look, Kelly's contributing.
Maybe
to Halloween.
Maybe I will come up with another game this year, but that was a really fun one. I know.
I was impressed. I totally forgot about it.
Because it was fun, because it's true. No, I do not like horror nights. I've been to horror nights once. And I think I've told you the story. I went to horror nights with my friends. I went into one of the haunted houses at Universal. And I remember being really scared, and my friend was really scared. And I remember yelling out, "You can't touch me," to the person that was working there, to which they tried to touch me, like jokingly, like, whoo.
That's actually what she yells at the people in the airplanes loading us
You
on the
can't
plane
touch
too.
me.
You can't touch me. I want to go first.
And I think my friend left me, and I think I went out the entrance because I was terrified. I was like, don't freaking touch me.
Yeah.
I don't want to be here. I don't like these scary things. It's not my favorite thing in the world.
I saw a clip of like a creepy guy at Horror Nights. He must have had like hand pads and knee pads on because he'd just be like ominously walking, and then he'd run and he'd slide and it'd make a big loud sound. It was on his knees and his hands, be like, and he'd freak people out. I was
scary.
like, I don't need that.
I don't either. I am going to dinner tonight with my friend Dana, who works at NBC Universal, and I'm going to ask her how her experience has been because she does not like Horror Nights either. But what I don't know that people know, but with Horror Nights, they actually like let them use the back lot, which is where the offices for NBC Universal are.
No.
And so starting at like 4:00, it makes it really hard to like go around because you have all these people in costumes who are like trying to scare people like on the trams and different things
I'd be
like that.
I work here. I work here.
I
Show
know.
my
So
badge
I'm
and
curious.
stuff.
I'll see her tonight, so I'm going to ask her how it's been because
Love
it should be starting, right?
It's been going. Yeah, it's already happening.
So I'm just curious. But we talked about that a couple months ago when she first started, and I went and visited her. She was like, I just don't know how it's going to be, and I'm a little nervous about it because I don't like Horror Nights. I was like, me either, girl.
Can't wait for the report back. But speaking of things that you're looking forward to this week, anything else coming up for you?
Yeah, I'm going to dinner with my friend Dana, and then I'm going to Disneyland with Danielle.
Nice. That's on Wednesday.
Shout out to Danielle. Yeah. It was just the two of us, no kids, no spouses, just us going to rope drop, which means we're going to be there when the park opens, hopefully.
I'm so glad that you guys are doing this.
We're going to eat a lot of food and ride a lot of rides at Disneyland.
Yeah.
And I'm very excited, except for the fact that it's supposed to be like the hottest day of this week, which I was really bummed about because when we initially booked these tickets, I was like, oh, well, it should be better because it'll be like in October. Hopefully it'll be a little bit cooler. 93 degrees.
Global warming.
I'm not excited.
Well, I've got a gig tomorrow in San Fran, the Bay Area. So I'll be doing that. That's kind of all that I got coming up. Thanks. This week.
Although I want to celebrate.
Let's do it.
Because September, last month, September, would be my 2-year anniversary of leaving my 9-to-5 job.
Yeah, girl.
This year, September, will be my highest grossing month since I left my 9-to-5 job.
Really incredible.
Like significantly higher. Last year it was December. This year it's September. I'm really proud of myself.
I'm proud of you too.
And every month I've made as much money or more as I was making at my 9-to-5.
Without having to spend all that time working.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
It's pretty cool. You're living the dream. I don't think everyone should do it or could do it, but you have worked so hard to make it happen. I'm proud of you.
Thanks, babe.
And I love you.
Thanks. I love you too.
Ready to wrap it up?
Yes.
Well, that's what's going on in our week. Hope you had a good time. Welcome to spooky season. It's October. So we're going to have a good couple, 4 weeks of that here in the fall, y'all. But until then, we hope you have a wonderful, wonderful time and check back in with us next week. Hope you spend most of your time hardly working. Goodbye.
Bye.
Spooky season.
That was spooky season.
Bye.
Bye.